Hello everyone, I'm on the phone currently with the tourism director for the Jerusalem Development Authority, and I just wanted to see if they would provide some insight on what they're currently doing to combat the COVID-19 crisis in their tourism industry, as well as maybe plans for overcoming it once travel opens back up. And she's on the ground right now, super exciting. She wanted to share live something that they're doing to kind of boost morale for the citizens around Jerusalem. So let's check out what they're doing.
Okay, I want to show you something great. Do you see this?
Yeah?
It's called Live from Jerusalem. And we are going through neighborhoods and we are doing live shows on tracks. We are bringing concerts into people's home and neighborhoods in order to, give them a better mood and to make moral a little bit more and happiness. So it will start in a few minutes. So I can put it and then I will get away. So
sounds great.
Less noisy.
Sounds great.
Okay. So עכשיו אתה בשידור ישיר לארצות הברית. So this is Ariel. He's the production company.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is, you see the word live?
Yeah.
Live from Jerusalem.
That's very neat. When did you guys start doing this?
We started doing that already 3 weeks ago, and every time we are going to a different neighborhood, and it's also with different flavor of music.
Yeah.
Because we have, a more Arab community, we have ultra-Orthodox people where women are not allowed to sing. We have younger communities, older communities, and we're trying really, and you can see that people are standing away from each other with masks, but it's order to bring their little bit happiness into their daily life.
Yeah, that's very neat. How has it been received by the people there?
You will see it in a minute where people will come out and will start to dance a little bit.
Very fun.
So before the music will start, you want to start with other questions, and then we will, once the music will start, we can...
שלום לכולם וצהריים מצוינים. אתם שומעים את הקול המיוחד שלנו ככה מבחוץ, אין לכם מה להילחץ, אנחנו באנו מהצד של הסטאר. אז כבר ביקרנו כאן לפני שבוע וקצת. החלטנו לחזור אליכם עוד הפעם, שכונת ארנונה. אתם מוזמנים לצאת למרפסות, אתם לא יודעים
to go dancing on the balcony.
לכל העניין הזה, אנחנו ניתן לכם רגע דקה. אתם יוצאים למרפסות, ואנחנו באים לעשות את זה סמך. ואיך אני מעז לדבר ברבים, תכף אתם תבינו בעצם את כל העניין, אבל לכל האנשים שכבר יורדים לרחוב, השוטרת המהממת לידר נמצאת פה בניידת, ואנשים יקבלו פה דוחות. אין משחק, אין לבוא ולרדת ואווירה טובה ומשפחה, אסור להיות ברחוב בשום דרך.
They ask people not to be on the street, only on the balconies.
משה ליאון שלח אותנו להמשיך ולשמח אתכם, ביחד עם זאפה, אבל הפעם איזו הפתעה אתם מקבלים פה. אימא'לה. יודעים איזה להקה תהיה פה תכף? התקווה 6. בהופעה מיוחדת אצלכם, וזה הולך להיות מגניב לגמרי. דקה 2 ומתחילים, בסדר? תצאו למרפסות, עומד להיות כאן כיף, סולידריות אמיתית כאן בשכונה.
תעשו שלום! אתם בשידור! So people are going to come to the balcony soon. And I'll show you some more. תעשו שלום, אתם בטלוויזיה!
יאללה, רגע. אולי זה, רגע, לא זה, שנייה. יאללה. אמיר בניון אוכל? תכף התקווה 6 עולים לכאן. צהריים מצוינים לכם, תושבי ירושלים, איזה כיף לחזור בפעם השנייה. שכונת ארנונה, חג שמח לכולכם. כן!
שמה
don't you start with giving me a little introduction about you and your background?
Yeah. So I'm the tourism director of the city of Jerusalem, and I've been doing that for the past 12 years. Unfortunately, I knew a lot of crises over the years, especially around security. But this kind of a crisis, like the COVID 2019, is something different, challenging, but at the same time, I think that because the Jerusalemite people and community have the understanding of how to deal with crisis based on our culture, so we are very innovative in the way that we are thinking out of the box and already thinking about what will happen in the day after COVID 2019. So this is why we are already planning. We have two action items. One is what are we going to do in this 4 or 5 months, and what are we going to do also from international point of view in order to bring tourists back to our city, but bringing them in a responsible way, in more hygienic way, because we are aware that when people are concerned, then we have to bring solutions. Absolutely. Either by using technology or by using different means of providing solutions for keeping social distancing, but at the same time not taking away from what we want to offer from the product and the quality. So already now we have just launched an online platform called "If You Can't Travel to Jerusalem, Jerusalem is going to travel to you." So we are bringing Jerusalem all the way to your home. While you are isolated, you can pray with us online. You can light a candle in the Holy Sepulchre. You can send a note to the wall of Jerusalem. You can have a walking tour with our tour guides. And you can do it for the Christian world. You can do it for the Jewish world. You can do it for the Muslims. Every culture and community can find their story in this online platform.
That's really special. When did you guys launch that?
Actually today.
Oh, so, congratulations. So,
and it's actually launched in your program, in your blog. So yes, that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very
we are
cool.
working for, the last 10 days we were working like crazy. Yeah. And now we have the solution. And actually this Sunday, 3 different religions are going to join together with a prayer from Jerusalem. Special. The Muslim community, the Christian community, and the Jewish community.
That's very special.
So it's quite special.
Yeah. Very nice. And what's the website address for that?
It's going to be itraveljerusalem.com.
A little bit of background and how I met you. It was through the International Tourism Security Summit. And that was in 2018, and it was kind of a worldwide collaborative effort on starting a conversation on crisis communication and some of the different government aspects that goes into that between terrorism or disease pandemics like we're currently facing and natural disasters. Can you tell me a little bit more about what prompted the idea to start gathering professionals from the industry together?
You're talking about the past, or what are we going to see?
Yeah, the past, and then maybe how we can work towards the future on a little bit more collaboration between kind of a worldwide effort on having those conversations and collaboration.
In the past we were dealing with terror acts and how different destinations are reacting, but also to natural disasters or diseases. Mm-hmm. But I think that COVID 2019 is something totally different. It's globally, it's touching each one of us. I think we're going to be in the world after COVID 2019 I spoke in my presentation last week about how we are going to take competition and cooperation and do those two words that look in contradiction to one another as a one word, calling it competition. Why? Because we will have to share responsibility and accountability from one destination to another destination, internally and also internationally. And you know, when someone will go on a flight, the air flight company will need to provide with those things that he's concerned. And the same thing with the hotel. And people will think more about whether they're going to one destination or two destinations at the same time. Are they going to share the product? It's not only about winery or culinarian, it has to be much more integrated. And we will have to work together in order to benefit. So yes, we are going to be competing, trying to bring tourism as fast as we can. But if one destination will not be accountable for hygienic, for things that are matter for his tourists, then the other one will not be able to accept them. Because when you have a flight coming out from the States to Israel or to Germany, or from Germany to Israel, then we know that we can trust the German health system. And at the same time, they know that Israel was just ranked #1 in the world from a health point of view. So we are linked to each other. So it has to be working together.
Absolutely. That's great. Other than obviously your live music, which is pretty fantastic, how have you guys been handling the COVID-19 pandemic?
So we are working together with the local community, whether it's restaurants, galleries, museums, attractions, tour guides, in order not to keep Jerusalem in the awareness of people. Yeah. So yes, you cannot travel to us, but we are actually providing whatever wonderful things the city can do up to your door or to your laptop or to your tablet. Yeah. And then once sky will gradually be open and air flight company will start to work, then we have this marketing idea where I feel personally that the Y generation will be the faster to come back. I think it will take a little bit longer with the Z generation. I think that young people, FITs, will be more likely because they are taking more risk, but they will want to know that where they are traveling, it's going to be safe. And we will have to take upon ourselves as a destination voluntarily or imposing certain regulation from health point of view. So we will have to work gradually. I think that, for example, the German market, the Russian market will be the first one to come back to Jerusalem, but it will be also a destination from Israel outside. I think it will take longer with China because of question of credibility. I think it will take much longer with Italy and Spain because, you know, they have been damaged from image point of view and perception point of view because of the lack of their health system. But no doubt that people will come back. It will be just a question of time. And we are going to work in a Zoom time of a period between the end of the quarter of 2020 to the first 2 quarters of 2021.
That's great. So I guess another couple of questions too before the band starts is most tourism and hospitality businesses out there around the world are struggling right now. What advice or resources do you recommend to them to think about for planning, not just now during the downtime, but also for recuperating those tourists once travel opens back up?
I think that, you know, there were a lot of businesses that they were not thinking. They know that there is technology, but it's not necessarily that they are implementing it in their, you know, daily, day-to-day work. So what I think that we should try to do is provide them with the tools as a city, as a country, as a private sector to help one another to implement tools that we think that can be helpful for them to utilize financially to recover fast, but also to provide their clients with the ability, once things are changing or the route is changing, to be able to react faster. You know, none of us knew or worked with Zoom before, but look what happened in the last month. Everyone are Zooming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people will still want to come back and, you know, meet each other, go to conferences, but they will just do it gradually. And suddenly I think that a lot of different applications and technologies will start to be much more natural into the business sector and to especially to the tourism industry, which some of it is a little bit old school.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about some of those technologies? What do you think they will be?
I think it's amazing. It's great. Can you think about all of us isolated without phone, tablets, Netflix?
I know, I definitely wouldn't survive.
Yeah. You know, also Netflix is bringing to the world a lot of different programs. There was one now about the ultra-Orthodox community, and suddenly people are talking about what is Yiddish and what is this ultra-Orthodox community and where is this place that I can meet these kind of people. So I think it's cross-region, also cultural. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. I completely agree with that. I think that's fun. So I guess maybe my last question, and then maybe I'll open it up to any other advice that you have, is for pre-planning for emergency strategies. How important do you think that is for not just national governments, but local governments to implement for their tourism as well?
I think it's extremely, extremely important. And I think that one of the things that is very, very clear now, that there is a lack or a missing of this international government where you will have debate around a virtual table where people from the ministry, from the health community will sit together with the people from the economical community and from the tourism community, etc. And I think this one messaging that is setting up a strategy where everyone understands, because we are all depending on one another, because it's a global world. It's something that is really, really of need. I think we spoke about it also in our summit, but I think now the COVID is really, really bringing it even the need for that, the emergency for that, very, very important. I can see from our government that it's like run in different boxes, but one is not speaking to the other one. And there is a major influence for any kind of decision that you are taking to the image of the country. So I think it's very, very important.
Absolutely.
Let me go back with you to the track, because now people are a little bit dancing. You will be able to do it to all your listeners and viewers around the world.
Absolutely.
So
that was really wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing that. So I guess final kind of wrap up question is there any other advice that you can give for the tourism industry on overcoming and getting through this COVID-19?
I think that the most important message is that people will continue traveling. So I think that it's very, very important there are different psychological analyzation about why people and why is it important for people. And it's not only a question of looking and having a good life. It's something very, very inner in ourselves. And once, you know, Columbus discovered America, and we started to travel the world, first with ships and then with airplanes, it would not stop. We would just have to do it in a more responsible, accountable way, including the fact that the tourism providers, whether it's airlines, whether it's hotels, whether it's Airbnb, whether it's we as a destination doing different culture shows, we will just have to do it in a more responsible way, taking in consideration that nature will have a very big important, and we should respect nature in integrating it into our tourism. And I think that another important thing is that sustainability and tourism are not separate words. At least I know from Israel that it was somewhere in the back of the mind. It was a nice thing that all the green people, the environment people were talking about. I think that today, every product, every destination that will really integrate it into its philosophy will regain the recovery of the destination much faster. So all my friends from the tourism industry, there's something positive to look forward. I think we will come out from this crisis better mankind society, and that we will be able to provide all our clients, tourists around the world with a better product, but taking into consideration the need of a balance. So, you know, and I wish we of us all a happy Easter and happy Passover. Yeah. And I'm sure that we will all meet again in face-to-face.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
take care. Bye-bye, dear.
Bye.